Well, hello everyone. Here we are. I finally made good on the promise. Although, I will admit, I'm not super equipping this one to be the best he could be, but I did give him two really nice quality swords, so I'm going to count it as a win. Uh, Either way, we're not super interested in just how powerful units can be, so much as just showing off what they could be. Again, I'm not the whaliest of whales, so I can't have equipment for everyone, and right now I'm just not interested in moving equipment around off units. So for Knight Delita fans, you can be angry at me, it's okay. But either way, he's getting some attention in the spotlight earlier than I thought he would. So let's talk about Knight Delita. First of all, we're going to get to show him off. Oops, I went too far. This is going terribly so far. Knight Delita has been someone who kind of came and went. He wasn't bad, but he definitely, I think, didn't get quite the spotlight. Now, I've never been the biggest Delita fan. I've never been that big a Ramza fan. And I'm not that big of an Orlando fan outside of this game, but yeah, that's all I got to say about that. So let's take a look at this guy. First of all, his Trust Mastery is a 72 defense, 28 spirit, heavy armor, 15% extra HP. Really nice armor for a tank. For him, it doesn't really help the attacker side in him. But it really matters what the Trust Mastery ability is. Now, his TMR is, it's actually really interesting. A 30% attack, 30% defense, 30% HP, and 50% extra damage to humans. That's not a bad TMR. There seems to be a lot of human enemies lately, so being able to do extra damage versus humans, killers is always worth sacrificing some percentage of attack, so I'm okay with this. Now, what about his limit burst? Well, nope, click right there. There we are. Well, his limit burst is a 1400% single target 4-hit physical attack with a single target 3-turn debuff of attack and magic 74%. This is maxed out, of course, for 20 limit burst crystals. That's a pretty good general debuff. Debuffing attack and magic means that he could be more of a defensive unit as well. If you do his, if you have equipped his TMR, then his limit burst actually gets upgraded from 1400% to 1600%, and he gets a defense break added into the same amount of 74% max. But the big thing that gets added is 100% debuff to lightning. That's a big debuff for lightning damage. You know, CG Hayu, and if he had a Thunder Sword and you had someone else with a CG Hayu and a Thunder Sword, 100% break for lightning resistance is huge. It's really huge, you guys. So, honestly, this is fairly impressive for a limit burst. And I really like his limit burst because beforehand he did a lot of physical attacks, and he even had Commanding Blade, which was a 200% 8-hit 9 frames, which is kind of not great. Physical attack that ignored 50% defense and gave him 5 turns with thunder added to his attacks. And I believe, never mind, I'll shut up. Commanding Blade did not get enhanced. That's too bad. But he has counters and everything, and really, what is his kit? He has some counters, he has some physical attacks with stop and debuffs. He was blind, sleep, paralysis, resistant. But what about his 7-star kit? Well, also equipping his TMR, which is that armor again, gives him 20% stats across the board, which isn't great. If you're going to have an attacker and a chainer at this point in the game, you need them to have a lot of attack. And since his armor doesn't give any extra attack, I was kind of hoping for some more attack in his kit. That being said, in his kit with enhancements, he does give himself just 100% from equipping a heavy armor as well as a sword. Case in point, let's find some heavy armor. I could probably find some better heavy armor. That maybe? Okay, why not? I don't actually have him enhanced. That's why this is kind of a little bit of a weak review, because I have other priorities. Forgive me. But what else does he get in his kit? Well, he gets a brand new fire physical attack that is 10 hits, 680%. I have no idea who this chains with. There might be a couple units he can chain with, possibly Tifa, but I don't have the frame data on me, so I'll look into it. He does have a 400. Also, it's kind of a little bit of a mismatch giving him a fire. Now, I know why they gave him a fire ability. It's because Mercenary Rams got pretty much the same chaining fire ability. And isn't it cute they can work together, but this should have been lightning. Given his limit burst, this should have just been lightning. Even if he could use Commanding Shout, this should have been a lightning attack. That would have made him much more interesting and much more noticeable. But anyway. He has a 420% AoE one-hit physical attack that fills his limit burst for 6 limit burst crystals. That's good, it gets his limit burst faster. He's dual casting, hey. And available on turn 6, 5-turn cooldown, he has an 825% AoE one-hit physical attack, ignoring 50% defense, basically a 1600% attack. Debuffing Thunder, adding Thunder to his attacks, then doing this, that's potentially a lot of damage, because a 1600% with Elemental, chained into an Elemental, and doing that, chained into an Elemental, and then with the Thunder Element himself, should be a very nice thing. And he gives himself a limit burst fill rate of plus 50%. Gives himself an extra 20% MP, and the last ability he has gives himself 25% accuracy and 50% when two-handing. But again, he's a chainer, he can't double cast his abilities, so dual wield of the road. And when dual wielding, he gives himself an extra 30%. Pretty nice. And he has 120% modifier and 100% modifier and a 20 attack just thrown on because, which, by the way, mine is only level 116, so not quite there. But either way, Delita's not as bad and does have some interesting potential. Now, of course, any physical damage dealer right now is basically buried in obscurity because CG Hayu exists. Someday, we will all learn as a society to get over CG Hayu. Oh wait, we have CG Hayu in our party. We can't escape it, guys. It's over. But showing off his new ability should be fun, so let's do that. Probably his ability there could chain with Tifa's 10-hit ability. It looks to be roughly the same frame, so we'll give it a shot. What do we have to lose? I believe it's the Zagan special, which we want. Not quite. Did an impressive amount of damage, though. We'll try it with Tifa's cooldown ability, perhaps. That's the answer. Oh wait, Rain has a... I love Awakened Rain. Look at that. He's helping us out. Nice guy. We can't quite use that ability again, so we'll use something else in the meantime. And unfortunately we can't demonstrate this off here. We might need to go somewhere else and try it. But there's his Limit Burst fill. And last but not least, in the training dummy, we will show off his Limit Burst. So the point is that I think there is some really good Thunder potential, seeing how Thunder seems to be the big element nowadays. All the cool kids are using Thunder. Tifa uses Water. Eventually Water will be the cool element. Just you wait, it'll happen. But let's go in and try, and I do realize that bringing Tifa might be the wrong decision. I also might sneeze. Oh, no, I just yawned instead. How weird is that? So we'll try and show off his cooldown ability, but if the enemy even hits Tifa once, he's dead. Well, that shut me up. Oh, that's true. Why am I doing this? Rain can just provoke. So in general, I think there is more potential here than I've given credit to this guy in the past. I think he has some very interesting abilities and some potentially very strong abilities with the right combo. Particularly because Thunder is just super the big in element, not only against that, but against the super hard trials. Double casted, that's pretty good value on a cooldown ability. We'll also give... No, we won't. Never mind. We'll try chaining this one more time together. It chained somewhat successfully, but the frames are not the same. I do want to test it out with Tifa's cooldown ability, which we can do this turn. But the startup frames are definitely different. So we gotta wait, and now. No, unfortunately not. There might be someone who can chain with him other than Mercenary Ramza, but for now. What do I think of Delita? I think better of him than I thought I would. Let's put it that way. He's not a bad unit by any means. I think he's actually quite a decent unit and a better unit than most people give him credit for. Is he going to change anything? Probably not. CG Hayu just came along and ruined everything for every chain ever. And I'm doing this on screen because why not? But... oh, it sank. Okay. But honestly, at the end of the day, Knight Delita's not bad. So until then, folks, I will see you all in the next video, for whatever unit we do next. Who would have thought? Regular Delita? Not good. Knight Delita? Not so bad.